Hello, this is Peter with another video. Today I thought I'd show you my two dragon fruit plants which I've grown from seed, and you can see how bad they're currently looking, and I thought I'd do some maintenance on them to see if I could revive them. So I'll just quickly show you what they're currently looking like. So you can see this one here has a incredibly long aerial root, and that's probably because this pot is bone dry. I do water it from time to time, but obviously not enough. But I think what's happened is it's put these aerial roots down onto the floor, under some of the other pots I had in near where it was, and it must be picking up moisture from underneath those other pots. So I think that's why it's actually stayed alive. This one, I'm not sure exactly how old it is, but I reckon I've probably sown the seed around 10 years ago, give or take a year or so. And this one was from a yellow dragon fruit, just the normal, I think it's the Salanceris undatus, not the megalanthus. It's just the regular white fleshed dragon fruit, but it had a yellow skin on the outside, so it wasn't super sweet, it was just like a normal one. You can see the end of it here is all dried up, so I'm going to just cut that off with some secateurs in a minute and tidy it up a bit. I might repot this one as well, and I'll probably take just a couple of cuttings and then try and root these just to give me a backup in case the plant doesn't survive. Now this one here is actually my oldest dragon fruit, actually probably the oldest plant I've still got. This is the original dragon fruit I grew from seed back in 2012. So yeah, it's a good 12 years old since I sowed the seed. But yeah, as you can see, it's completely on its last legs. The pot, as you can see in there, has very little soil in it, and what's left of it is very compacted and dry. I don't think there's much in the way of roots still alive down there. And most of the vines have actually died off. There's only like little sections of it that are still green. And again, I think what's happened is these aerial roots that they put out have managed to get some moisture and nutrients from somewhere else and just kept them alive. So this one I'm going to have to start from scratch, basically. I'm just going to have to take as many cuttings as I can to try and keep the genetics going, I guess. But this plant, as it currently stands, is obviously done. There's no way of bringing that back other than rooting the cuttings. But yeah, I'm at least going to give it a go. I'm going to get some secateurs, and I've got some thick gardening gloves as well, so I don't get glochids stuck in my finger, because these, although don't have huge thorns on them, there are some thorns there, and then they've also got little tiny glochids, little hair-like spines that are virtually impossible to see, and they stick in your finger, and you'll be trying to get them out for the next week or so. So yeah, that's my plans with these two dragon fruit plants. I did have loads of little seedlings when I did this originally. You can actually see the original video I put up back in 2012 when I started the whole dragon fruit project. But yeah, they've been severely neglected since then. But yeah, my plans now are to restart them from cuttings, and then I'm going to try and grow some in the greenhouse this year, see how big I can get them, and I'm going to give them a proper structure as well this time. I'm not going to just use bamboo and string, which doesn't last 5 minutes anyway, so it needs proper wood and support for them to grow up. I believe it was a Desert King variety of dragon fruit that it came from. It was like a pinkish fleshed dragon fruit on the inside. Okay, so these bits here that I've taken off are still looking green and healthy, at least parts of them. This one in particular is probably the best. So I'm going to use these and try and put them in a little pot of compost. Most of them do have aerial roots, which will hopefully mean that it'll be easier for them to start growing. Yeah, this one in particular has only got a little bit at the end, but I think this bit here would be okay. So I'll probably try that. There is also this one here, but it's a very small young shoot, and the glochids haven't really formed on it, so it's very, I'd say, almost like a juvenile state, whereas these are more mature sections here. So I'm going to try these first. I'm not going to throw this plant away, I'm going to keep it for now. I'll keep adding a little bit of water because I think some of these bits that are still alive are still getting some nutrients from the aerial roots. It might also be possible that some of the core in the centre is still alive, because there's plenty of roots which still look alive on some of these browned or shriveled up sections. But I think the core of it could still be alive in certain areas of it. So yeah, I'm not going to bin it yet. So yeah, I'll try and pot a couple of these up and get some aerial roots under. Okay, so I've got a couple of cuttings here in each of these pots. This one is not as healthy looking, but has got some aerial roots on it, so I'm hoping it might be okay. This was that little end piece. And yeah, I'm just going to give these a light watering and then I'll bring them in the house. I'm going to keep them warm for now. Once the nighttime temperatures get a little bit milder and these have started to put out some growth, I'll move them into the greenhouse at that point. So yeah, I'll definitely keep you all updated on how these cuttings do, and as I mentioned, I'll keep an eye on this plant and see if I get any more growth out of it. I could repot it and see if anything happens with it. The other one, I've moved inside again now. I just cut off the end bit which was dead and I give it a good watering. I think that one will be fine, and I'll take some cuttings from it probably in a few weeks time, but for now I'm just going to leave that one. But yeah, this one is my the one I'm prioritising, since it's the oldest and original dragon fruit that I grew from seed. So I do want to try and keep it alive as much as possible. We'll also try and just put that root in there just a little bit, just to help it to take up some extra nutrients and water. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'm sure to keep you all up to date on how these dragon fruit cuttings do over the next few weeks and months. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.